Hey guys, this is Hilton here again with Yellow Sky Actions, and on this video tutorial I'm going to talk about how to make an image more vibrant and the skin tones on the subject's face, the skin, more to life or more warm, more film-like, I would say. Um, Today we're going to be working on Photoshop CS3 through CS5 on our big bundle set. And with this image was shot with a Canon 5D Mark II with a 50 millimeter 1.2 lens. And you know, I noticed I shoot with film as well, but most of the time I shoot with digital. And I noticed that, especially with Canons, with the digital camera, it's more, it's not as lifelike as film. Although it's an incredible camera, a lot of the authenticity, did I say that right? It's not as real. It's hard to explain, but if you shoot with film, everything is reflecting onto a negative, whereas if you're shooting with digital, it's all on a sensor, so it's retaining the information onto a sensor. So it's a little cooler than would be than you would see with the eye, through the eye, the natural eye. So I'm going to show you what this is going to look like when we're finished, and then I'll go through how I did it. So this is the original photo, and then here is what we are going to end up with, right there. It's more lifelike. It's, you know, more vibrant. The greens really pop out at you, and her skin tone is really more lifelike, and her eyes are just pop out. So, in a good way. So here's the original, and we are going to go to our action palette. I use 5 actions from the big bundle set to transform this image. And basically, what I started off with was let me go ahead and flatten this. Okay, so what I started off with on this image was in the color set, it was Yellow Sky. So click that. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to drop this action down to 75% opacity. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on this layer mask. Again, make sure the foreground's black. If the mask is white, we're going to go to the brush, and we're going to increase the size of this brush. Take the opacity to, I say, around 60%, 50-60%, and we're going to wipe it off of her face. The coat, everything else. It looks good. Looks a little weird in the background, but we're going to go ahead and fix that up. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I'll maybe just take it off the tree just a tad. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to run an action called Autumn Sensation, which is also in the color palette, in the color pack. All right. Now it's starting to look, I love the way the skin tone is, but the background, we've lost the vibrance that we once had. So we're going to go ahead and fix that up. We're going to drop this Autumn Sensation to 68% opacity. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on this layer mask right here on this Autumn Sensation action. Make sure the foreground is black. So we can paint it off, and then we have the brush again, 50%, and we're just going to bring back this green, bring back the vibrance, and you notice how automatically the subject really pops out at you once the background has retained, its vibrance. And that's what I love about it. I'm going to drop the opacity on the brush opacity just a little bit and take it off the tree a little bit too to make it more lifelike. Now we're getting somewhere, guys. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the Essentials pack and I'm going to click on Control That Pop. And you notice we talked about this earlier. If you guys have watched the 2 video tutorials I did today earlier, on a brush, the mask is going to be black. And when the mask is black, it means it's inverted. You're going to click on the mask, make sure the foreground is white, and then you're going to click on the brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the opacity down to around 25%. And we're just going to brush over her face. A little too much. Just a tad more. And again, it's up to you. It's your taste, and it's what you feel works. I'm going to go ahead and brush over this green to kind of really make this green pop a little more, because I really want that to really make the subject really pop out at us. So then the next step is we're going to click on Dodge It, Burn It, which is also in the Essentials set. Again, these are brushes, so black mask. We're not going to use Burn It today. We're just going to be using Dodge It. So with the Dodge It, I've got the layer mask clicked, selected. I'm going to go to the foreground, which is white, the brush again. And we're going to bump the opacity up to around 30% on the brush opacity. And all we're going to do here is we're going to lighten the eyes just a tad. Even the whites in the eyes. So her eyes really pop out at you. That's looking good. It looks a little too much, but then again, maybe you guys like it out there who's experimenting with it. But I want it to look more authentic and give it that little flair. So I'm going to drop it just a tad. I'm going to drop it to around 75%. And there we go, right there. So that's Dodge It, Burn It. And the next step is we're going to go to Eat Your Greens, which is also in the Essential set. We're going to click on Eat Your Greens. Again, it's a brush, black mask, white foreground, and then the brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the brush opacity is at 50%. Alright. Now what we're just going to do is we're going to bump these greens up in this background. Alright. The last step, we're going to run an action called Pale Rouge. It's one of my favorite actions. I love it. It's got those warm, red tones, but it's really earthy. It really, brings the skin tones back. But what I want to do, and I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm going to run the action. Okay, everything is pink. It looks good, but it's way too much in my opinion. So really the only thing I want to do here is I want her skin to be to have a pink tone, because it's more natural. Again, it goes back to that film look. So I'm going to click on the mask, and all I have to do is Command I, or go here to Image, Adjustments, and then Invert. And what that does is it transforms the layer mask from an action into a brush. It's amazing. So all I have to do and I'm going to, here, I'll Command Z again. I just ran the action, white layer mask. All I'm going to do is invert it. So either I can go image, image adjustment, invert, and it becomes a brush, or I can just hit Command I if you're on a Mac. So it's a brush, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, once again, this is a black mask, white foreground, the brush is selected, and I'm going to brush on her face at around 20%, start low, and if I need to add on, I'll do that. Alright, see how that really brings out those skin tones. And I tell you, I'm going to brush it on the tree just a tad, just to, you know, give it that warmth. And there you have it, guys. That's really how to get that, you know, that film, that vibrant film, earthy look that you're going for. It's not a the last tutorial I did, it was buttery cream. This is not a buttery cream, although the lighting is just beautiful. You got that great flare in the background. The lighting is going through her hair. I love it. But this is more of like a film look. It really does bring the skin tones to life, and the greens just really pop out at you. And that's what I was going for with these actions. So the before, that's the before, and that's the after. Again, the before and the after. Huge difference. I hope this helps, guys. I've got many more tutorials to come to show you how to use our actions, and with these next sets I'm probably going to do more on our Lightroom presets, just because I haven't done any tutorials in a while. So again, hope this helps, guys. Much love to you guys. Have a happy new year. Let us know if you have any questions. Have a great day.